Hello everybody, my name is Parky, and today we're coming back with another video, and this video is going to be my barracks, so all my medals, my combat record, KD, my win-loss ratio, and pretty much just everything like that, so let's jump straight into it. Okay, so these are all my classes. I have all 10 classes just because I've permanently unlocked them through my prestiging. And let's start with the first class, shall we? Starting with the first class, we have an MP7, which is a pub stomp class. For camouflages, I have the carbon fiber on it, just because I don't want to get those final camouflages to get the gold. Moving on to perks, I have the suppressor and the quick draw, mainly so I can win gunfights. Because everyone knows that if you instigate a gunfight, if you have the most damages on them, most bullets in them, and most damage on them, you're more likely to win. And that's why quick draw can help me win a gunfight, while suppressor keeps me off the radar and a lot quieter while I'm shooting them. Okay, moving on to perks. I also just want to say perk 3, I have dexterity on it. I could have any others, but dexterity is just so as soon as I've done sprinting towards someone, I can just shoot them straight away. Straight for shooting. Perk 1, hardline. I can have ghost on it, which is what I'll normally run, but just if I want to get a few streaks, I can get hardline. But ghost is really good because it hides you from the UAVs and just everything else like that. And as you see, I have ghost on almost all my other classes. For perk 2, let's just put hardline back. For perk 2, I have toughness and hardwired, just so I can toughness so I don't flinch when I get shot, and hardwired because it makes me immune to counter UAV and EMP systems, meaning that the orbital VSAT is the only passive, aggressive, non-hostile streaks that can kill me if I have ghost as well. Now moving on to tacticals and lethals. My lethal, of course, is the C4. Everyone loves the C4. Actually, no, everyone hates the C4. That's right, what was I thinking? Everyone hates going against people who use C4, but everyone loves using it themselves, which is why I have it, because it's good for clearing out rooms if you're scared to go in. Now tactical, I have a flashbang. I could run an EMP with it as well, but I just couldn't really be bothered having it on, because flashbang is good for stunning enemies, while the EMP is mainly for taking out score streaks. Now moving on to my second class, I basically have the same thing as the first pub stomping class, except on the AN94, mainly for long range purposes, and I have a few perk changes as well. I have flak jacket instead of ghost or hardline, mainly because I have C4 and don't want to blow myself up, which is actually a really good tip to have, because you will probably damage yourself at least a little bit with the C4, so the flak jacket can prevent that. Which is also another reason why I have scavenger, so I can have infinite C4 and infinite ammo, because I tend to go through a lot of ammo. Going to my third class, we have the ballista with the ballistic CPU extended clip with the XPR50 ballistic CPU, and we also have no perk 3, but we do have a flak jacket with toughness and fast hands, mainly because this is a swapper class. And swapper classes are mainly there for when you shoot one guy, you switch your weapon and shoot someone else with like the XPR or the DSR or whatever your gun is. Now this is quite new class to me. I've set it up not long ago, and I don't really use this class very much. This is my Remington class. It has the long barrel and the quick draw handle with 2 perks, hardline and ghost, perk 2 toughness, perk 3 dexterity and extreme conditioning, just for if I want to get revenge on someone or if I'm just messing around having fun. This really isn't a class that I would use a lot, but I recommend it if you like shotguns. Now we move on to the XPR50 class, class 5. It is mainly just for fun. I set it up a while ago, quite a while ago when I hadn't unlocked it. I have hardline and ghost just for the DC score streaks and to stay away from UAVs. I have toughness and dexterity, and I have a TAC 45 extended clip, because that really is one of the best pistols if you have a good trigger finger. We're a sixth of the way through the video. Now we're at the KSG class. The KSG class is very similar to the Remington class, as in it's got almost the exact same thing as in class setups, as you can see, but the purpose is exactly the same, while the attachments are different. As you can see, I have a long barrel in stock. I would have quick draw, but I didn't have it unlocked. I have the exact exact same attachments, apart from I have hardwired instead of extreme conditioning. And yeah, that's literally it. Now, this is where we get to all of my main sniper classes, the one I use the most. Let's start off with the Ballista. Now, my Ballista has a ballistic CPU and an FMJ with a B23R pistol, just because if I get a hit marker, I want to one-burst someone to kill them instead of relying on many triggers. Now, perk 1 is Ghost, as always, while I have Toughness and Hardwired, for the exact same reasons as listed before with Dexterity, and a Tactical Insertion, just because if I want to go for clips, I want to try get a spawn trap, I don't have to then run all the way back to the enemy's base, just to then die and then have to do everything over again. Now this is my DSR-50 class with the ballistic CPU and the fast mag. And now instead of having a secondary and a tactical insertion, I have swapped it out to have 2 EMP grenades. This is mainly because I don't use this class very much, and if I do, I mainly just pick up a second weapon anyway and end up using that. And the EMP grenades are to stop stuff like shock charges, tactical insertions, bouncing betties, etc, etc. For class 9, I have yet another Ballista, however I have iron sights on it, and I don't have any tacticals, just because I'm not good with iron sights. I just try to use it for fun. It's mainly just something to mess around with if I get really bored, just like the DSR-50. And now for the 10th and final class, which is probably going to end this episode, if not definitely, is the Ballista with an extended clip and the ballistic CPU. The extended clip is just so if I do manage to get a spawn trap, I won't run out of ammo. I might actually put it on my class where I have the tactical insertion, just in case. And I also have the B23R secondary. Again, I want to maybe 1 or 2 burst people if I get a hit marker on them. Perk 1 Ghost with toughness and dexterity for the main. They're just like the main 3 defaults. I might swap Ghost out for Hardline or Flak Jacket. Who knows? And I also have a perk 2 Scavenger, just also with my C4, just so I can have infinite C4, so no matter what, I can always check a building before I go inside. I just want to say a real big thank you if you made it all the way to the end. Please like, comment and subscribe, it really does help me grow, and if you guys want me to use a class of your choice in a TDM, just tweet it to me or comment below. Thank you, goodbye.